What's going on, everybody? My name's Lance, aka The Infinite, and I'm here to talk about Money Match Gaming. If you're new to Money Match Gaming is an online video game tournament company that promotes video game community and culture. So, what I'm here to do today is kind of continue what I would call my startup business journal, which is basically where I explain the state of Money Match Gaming, also give you some insight of what I'm going through as an individual going through the aspiring entrepreneur startup situation. I feel like there's a lot of emotions that could be talked about during these different things, and I can give a little insight about how I'm dealing with those issues now, whether or not I feel like I've overcome them, or if I'm still kind of just going through the motions. And it'll probably be more of the last thing. But we'll go ahead and get started first with Money Match Gaming. So, what Money Match Gaming is currently up to is basically growing this entity Money Match Gaming, whether that be in the Twitch world, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, because that's mainly where we're pushing right now. Just growing those channels and hopefully finding some opportunity and the attention that we get from growing those channels. We're doing really good on Instagram. Now, mind you, that's where we put most of our focus, but that's growing great. And, we're pushing along, I guess I would say in that sense. We're also working on our website, which is going to basically bring a lot of the connecting tools that we're using to host our actual events currently. Currently, we use, I would say, Challenge to kind of do the main functionality of how our tournaments run, and then we use a little bit of the Twitch slash third-party sites that help, you know, obviously control a stream and things of that nature. And that's going okay, but it's leading to a lot of confusion in our events, which if you're a part of those events, I apologize. But we're growing as fast as we possibly can, and we're doing what we can with what we got. So if you're one of those guys that doesn't like how some of our tournament is run, hopefully we can get some improvements sooner than later. Other than that, it's much harder to monetize things than you might think in these types of sense. I feel like going through the motions of what we're going through as a company right now. In the beginning, it felt like there was a lot of infighting, and looking back on it, it's definitely something that was created through the just basically people not understanding the vision of the company, the vision I had for what we were going to accomplish with the service we were providing, as well as not actually seeing any real fruits of your labor. I guess in hindsight, it would have been better if I would have spent more time encouraging people and, basically talking about, you know, how we're growing and where we're benefit as far as what we're producing. And then there's always those life things that get in the way too. So a fair amount of my coworkers or fellow founders had a lot of life things going on as well. So, these things kind of happen. But I would say that we're not in the best situation when it comes to monetizing things. Maybe as a company or me as an individual's overthinking some of these different types of things, or maybe it's just a matter of patience and kind of ironing out my skills as an executor, as well as putting in the time and the grind that it takes to actually build a customer base and following and all that other stuff. Although I do feel like we have a little bit of a following, and I do feel like we host quite a few good events. We get a lot of good feedback, which is always nice, outside the typical upsets of it being an event online, which has some minor lag issues and things of that nature. Other than that, we're picking up a fair amount of features. Features are just basically people we've reached out to kind of either share their content or kind of do some kind of collab in many sense. The biggest one lately is Chaparrito. He is a Mexican caster who casts Super Smash gaming events. He's interested in improving the competitive Mexican scene of Super Smash Bros. He makes videos, he streams himself, and we're excited to be working with him. So hopefully that works out as planned. We also have a various number of music features that we were working on. We're creating videos for and plan to kind of promote them and basically video game music, because a lot of it is gaming related music, as in music where they talk about anime, specific games, recreations of certain kinds of beats in different kinds of video games and stuff. I'm really kind of excited about that because there's a lot of talented people that we actually ran into that we were capable of featuring. As far as that, we also had an affiliation over the last few weeks with the Experience Grind podcast, where we basically talk about female leads and stuff like that, and I think we'll be working with them in the future. But as far as all that stuff goes, I would say that is what's going on with Money Match Gaming, and hopefully gives you guys a better understanding of what's going on with the company and its kind of ups and downs that we've been going through so far. Because I know a lot of my old videos were a little bit more on the sad side, and it took me a while to figure out kind of what I wanted to do for these different kinds of updates, because that's kind of what they are. And then, I'll kind of do this either in a monthly setting. I think it's going to be a monthly setting. I don't think it's a bi-weekly setting. I don't think there's enough going on, seeing how this is kind of a side hustle of me and my co-founders. Maybe when we start getting things in full swing, I can stop and I'll have a lot more to say about what it is we're doing as a company and how we're moving forward. Outside of that, I wanted to talk a little bit about, my emotions, the things that I've gone through as the president of Money Match Gaming. And I would say it's been kind of a weird ride. I think I'm in a much better position than I was when I started. There are a lot of work things related that kind of created this situation to force me to kind of want to do Money Match Gaming. Just don't really think I'm going to make it in the corporate world in a lot of senses. And not that I couldn't, it's just I want to be a strategic player in making decisions and so on and so forth. And I just feel like I couldn't do that in a corporate setting. I couldn't. Now, it's not really big on me being a corporate boss. It's just me saying that I feel like I have a lot of good ideas to offer, and I wanted to be a part of some of those game-breaking decisions and taking the time to work up a ladder that I might not get up into wasn't really something I was looking forward to. That and a lot of the networking that I did in college and high school and stuff wasn't up to par, as in I didn't do very much. So that's kind of where I started. And then since then, I've just been learning a lot about, patience, consistency, and just having the clear understanding that you shouldn't quit and you should keep going in these types of situations. And that's where the winning happens, is when hiccups happen, you do your best to correct it, and whatever you end up with is what you end up with, and then you just keep moving forward. Other than that, it's a continuously learning process to where I spend most of my time learning how to do something, whether it's speaking in front of a camera or talking to customers or interacting with people while I'm streaming, talking with my team, trying to improve my communication, trying to increase my ability to execute on what it is we're trying to do, and for me to articulate ideas in a way that not only myself understands, but my team and the people who interact with Money Match Gaming. And that's been kind of a trip. Um, so, that's, I guess, the best way to explain, what's going on with me, what's going on with Money Match Gaming, and, hopefully I can get better at kind of articulating this whole idea in the future. But I hope this has been helpful and that you enjoyed this. Go ahead and leave any kind of feedback that you have for me, in the comments below, or any of those different types of situations, anything that you would like to specifically hear about as far as what Money Match Gaming is doing, or kind of how I'm going through the process, or any advice that you might want from me as an individual, just go ahead and leave that information below, and hopefully we can build kind of a back and forth with this type of situation, because it's kind of just me explaining what we are and trying to be a little bit more interactive with the crowd and showing you that I'm a real person and I'm going through my own things trying to create Money Match Gaming. So thanks guys, and I'll see you guys later.